Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 5 of my NHL Redesign series. Today we are covering Columbus and Dallas, and I think this is going to be a really fun one, so let's get right into it. And as you can see, it's not much changed in the way of Columbus here. Actually, in fact, the home jersey is identical to their alternate that they use. Because I think it's the perfect Columbus Blue Jackets jersey. We'll get into more reasoning why. I did my own little version of a reverse retro for the Blue Jackets there, further away, and then I brought a Stinger jersey into existence. I'm not sure why, but we'll get into that when uh, when we get there. So here you can see the home jersey, and with it, it is a recolored cannon crest, and then some slightly different uses of colors, but it's for basically a one-to-one of their alternate that they use. Uh, I think this current season. I think it's great. I think it's the nicest Blue Jackets jersey they've ever used, and I think they should keep using it. And they should actually move it forward to their home jersey because when they score a goal, that cannon goes off, and it really means something to the team and it means something to the fans, and I think it's probably the coolest celebration the team has. I love the different shoulder color. I love the blue outline. I love that the collar comes off blue like that, and then I added laces. I think the only thing they don't actually have on theirs is laces. I added those. I think it's just a nice clean jersey. It's very very nice. Simple striping pattern, but it's so nice and bold on that. Like it stands out so boldly on that sleeve. The darker blue, that light blue pops. Yeah, not much I would change actually about this jersey. I think it's quite nice. Moving on, we have the away, which, like I said, is sort of a reverse retro of a jersey they used in the past. I believe the white parts were blue and the blue were black, and then the stars were slightly colored differently, and the red stripe and the silver stripe were different. But I did it my own way. I pulled from their history for this jersey. It's not identical. I think I did the striping a little thicker. I think I did the stars a little bigger than they were. And I think they had a shoulder patch, so I removed that. I think it's very nice. Like I said in the Colorado video, I'm not a huge fan of this logo. I think it needs to go. I think the cannon should be their main logo, but since it is their main logo, I wanted to use it on one of the jerseys, so here it is. And, well, the blue laces on the white really stand out. The red eyelets, the red stripe in the back of the collar. And I always imagined that there'd be something in the collar. I just didn't want to have to like add. So I just didn't add anything into the collar. So maybe in my next redesign series, I'll pay more attention to that. Um, but yeah, with the numbers white outlined in red, they stand out on the blue. The stars with the blue and the silver, so very similar to the one in the crest. Yeah, not much to say about this. It's a nice away jersey. Yeah, moving on. And then, as I said, we have a very odd use of Stinger, their mascot, of course. Now, it's a very basic jersey, very simple, because I didn't want lime green, kind of yellowy, gross color all over it, especially considering the team's colors are red, blue, and white. But yeah, so I used that green on the collar and to outline the numbers and the letter. Um, and of course in the crest for Stinger. Very simple striping pattern, just two stripes across the elbow, a single red stripe across the bottom, and a solid blue jersey. Just very empty. I actually really like the look of it. Maybe if the colors were different, maybe if they use that silver that they use for that green, and then the actual logo or the cannon logo, I think this would be a much nicer jersey. But unfortunately, this is what I went with. But I like it. I don't think they would ever use it, and I don't think they should use it. But it's different. And here we are with Dallas. As you can see, very different to anything Dallas would actually use. The jersey itself isn't actually fully green, and then something Dallas has used but edited to be not so original, but in a different take on a jersey they've used. So we'll move right into the home jersey, and as you can see, this is a charcoal gray Dallas Stars jersey, which is very unheard of in the NHL. There's only one team that actually has gray as their official color for their home jersey, and that's Vegas. Um, and that's actually who I was taking inspiration from when designing this jersey. So the story behind this jersey is that I was designing my jersey. The very last episode in the NHL jersey, just for now, before I move on to either the NFL or the NBA. The very last jersey in this series is going to be a Cole Pop Designs jersey, and so I'm going to use my logo and my favorite colors, which are black and yellow and white. So it's going to be very basic. But I was messing around with that, and I accidentally copy and pasted a hex code, I guess, and I didn't realize that I was using that hex code. Like, I filled it in, hit, pasted it to the thing in the color picker in Photoshop. It was green. It wasn't a stars green, but it was a green that was close enough. And I pulled out and I looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's actually really nice. So I went back in and I modified it, and this is where we ended up. So this was originally starting out as my jersey. I actually ended up these were made a while back now. I decided to take a break off of making jerseys, and I was just like, I'm gonna screw around, have fun, get into make my jersey and get back into it. And that's actually ended up what happened. I got back into it by designing my jersey, but as you can see, it went to another team. I'm not really sure what the numbers are. Why I made them like a stencil. Dallas doesn't really have a military history or anything, but like the team at least. So I don't know. I just like the look of it. I wasn't gonna do it on mine. I was actually using like very like straight numbers like this. And the reason I rolled these up is just like very uncomfortable for me. But I'll unroll them. But yeah, as you can see, the numbers are like segmented there, like a stencil, and then the stripes come down diagonally on either end, and that's it. That's really the only striping. Very clean, very empty jersey. I really like the gray. I think it stands out to anything Dallas has ever done before. And then the shoulder patches, of course. There we're looking at the Texas with the D that they actually used a slightly modified version of for their current blackout jersey, which I'm a huge fan of, which I kind of really want, actually. But moving on, we have the away, which is basically the exact same thing, but white. Literally nothing changes. The outlines are still in gray. The stripes are still green. Anything gray is now white. Moving on, we have the alternate, and as you can see, this is taking inspiration from the big star jersey that they wore 12 years ago now, something like that. That was actually taken as inspiration from the All-Star game. From them, they stole the All-Star game jersey, made it green, and decided to start wearing it after that. So I've done the same, but I didn't want it to be the same. I didn't want every jersey I pulled from their history, from every team's history, to be a 1-to-1. I wanted to modify it. So I actually purposely made the star go up over the chest. And I know it's not going to be a very symmetrical star, but what I figured is when the star goes down, that's at the base of the jersey there, it comes up at the shoulders and splits out at the shoulders, and then it comes back in at the top of the shoulder, and then your head is the peak. I don't know. I figured they would wear a green helmet for it. But yeah, there's a slight silver outline with the gold to show that their colors have changed since that. I wanted the gold to be the main color. That's why it's around the numbers, around the collar, and is replacing the green as the outside color of the Dallas Stars logo. I think this is a nice change that Dallas could use possibly, but I also think that they won't. I think if they're going to go back to this jersey, they need to go down the stripe. I just wanted to change it up from that original design. And that's really about it for Dallas. We'll see you in the outro. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning into episode 5. I just spit everywhere. Thank you for tuning into episode 5. I had a lot of fun making these jerseys, as you could tell. I told you some things I would change. Tell me some things you would change in the comments down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you would like to. And I'm still getting used to this thing, so I'm still going to be a little awkward. Tune in next episode for Edmonton and Detroit. And yeah, pretty much. Thank you, and have a great day.